Alright, what's up guys, it's K Cars, and today I'm going to be doing a different type of video, not really car related, but I'm going to be reviewing my Nikon D5500 DSLR. So in my opinion, the D5500 is one of the best beginner DSLRs that you can get right now. I got this camera for about $750 with the 18-55 VR2 lens. The D5500 is also available with the 18-140. If you decide to get the D5500 with the 18-140, that'll cost about $1,200 for the whole kit. If you decide to get only the body of the camera, it'll cost $700. So the D5500 is a 24 megapixel DSLR. It's extremely compact and I love using it to make videos. Most of my YouTube videos here on this channel I shot using this camera, so if you want to see some sample videos from this camera, make sure to check out some of my other videos. I'm also going to include some sample pictures that I took with this camera in the end of the video. One of my favorite things about the Nikon D5500 is that it has a screen that pops out and you can swivel it around. So for example, if I'm vlogging or something, I can see the screen when it's facing me like this. It's also a touch screen, so that's very useful if you don't know how to use the buttons or something. It's a 3.2 inch LCD screen, so how you open it, it's really simple. You just open it, flip it over, and then you can look at it like that. Or if you want to do it vlog, you just do it like that, and then you can see yourself when you're vlogging. It can shoot videos at 1080p in Full HD, and the highest frame rate is 60 frames per second. The different kind of movie settings that you can use on the D5500 are VGA, HD, and Full HD. And like I said, it can shoot 1080p at 60 frames per second. This camera has built-in Wi-Fi, so all you have to do is download the Nikon app onto your smartphone and then pair it with this camera. And then you can do things like download the pictures onto your phone directly from the camera, or even take pictures using your phone. This camera does have a cropped sensor, so it's not like a professional full frame camera, so you can't expect too much, but I promise you won't be disappointed with the D5500. The ISO on this camera can go all the way up to 25,600, but when I was shooting some star pictures, I noticed that it became grainy around 3,200, but it wasn't too bad, just a little bit, so you can notice it. So the shutter speed on the D5500 goes from 1/4000th all the way to 30 seconds, and then it also has bulb or the timer mode. In bulb, you have to keep the shutter button pressed down as long as you want, and in the timer mode, all you have to do is press the shutter button and then press it again when you want to stop. So this DSLR was the first DSLR that I ever had, and I've learned everything that I know just from this camera. One of my favorite things I like about it is that you can use it pretty much for anything. I use it for taking pictures, obviously, and then also for my YouTube videos. Another thing that I like about the camera is that it has in-camera editing. So instead of taking all your pictures into a computer, you can just do all the editing on the camera. I still recommend doing it on the computer because the camera's editing features aren't that great, but they still work. So like I said before, the camera is really light. It only weighs about 15 ounces with the body only, just without the lens. Even with the lens, it's really light. What surprised me a lot is the battery life on this camera. I can go about a whole day of video recording with this camera on a single battery. So right now I'll give you guys a closer look at the D5500. So how you turn it on, all you do, slide this to the on position, then you can flip out the LCD screen like this. Then it'll say, before taking photos, rotate the zoom ring to extend the lens. So what this camera has, it has a lockable lens here, you can see. All you do, press this button and then turn it. And you're gonna have to take the lens cap off. Now you're ready to start taking pictures. So this camera is one of the easiest cameras to use, in my opinion, I think. It's perfect for beginners to learn on. So now I'll explain to you what all these different modes are. So first, M is for manual. That's where you have full control of your camera. You can control the aperture, shutter speed, and ISO. And then aperture priority. That's where this dial is only used for the aperture, and then you can also control the ISO. And shutter priority, that's where this dial is used for the shutter. And program, that's where you can only adjust the ISO. And then scene, that's used for if you're shooting like a specific scene, like sunset or nightscape, whatever you want. I never use that. I just use manual when I want. And then the green auto, that's obviously auto but with the flash. And then the next one down, that's auto but without the flash. Then effects, these are pretty cool. So to choose your effects, you have to use this dial once again. So it has all these different effects that you can see. They're pretty cool. I never use them. I should use them because they seem pretty cool. I've never actually gone through all of these. So there's the effects, and that's all the modes on the dial. So I just took a picture and I'm going to show you guys what you can do. So click the play button. There's a picture that I just took. To zoom in, you can do it like on your smartphone. You can pinch to zoom, or use the zoom button, which is right here, and zoom in, and then use the arrows to move it around, or you can just drag it like that with your finger. Then to go back, just press the center OK button and it'll go back to the original size. To delete it, all you do, press the trash button, it'll say delete, and then press it again to confirm that. So whenever I take videos, I like having it in live view. So all you have to do to put it in live view, do that, and then now it's in live view, as you can see. And when you're in live view, it has a feature that it's called touch shutter. Right there you can see that I turned it on. So what that does is that you touch the screen and it'll focus and then take the picture automatically. So there it is. And one thing I like about the Nikon cameras is that they focus really fast. I don't like using touch shutter, so I just keep that off. I like using the actual button to take pictures. And when you're not in live view, you can see all your camera settings right there. There's a shutter speed, aperture, and ISO. And right now I'm in program, so I can't change any of those except for the ISO. So I'll switch into manual. All you do, turn the dial to M. Now you're in manual mode. And if the screen goes black, all you have to do is press the shutter button halfway and it'll bring it back. So the way you change the shutter speed is with this dial right here. Just turn it, you can see it's going down, and then other way it goes up. Then it has a bulb and time. And then to change the aperture, you hold down the exposure compensation button and then turn the dial. So I'm holding down the button and you can see the aperture is changing. And then to change the ISO, you have to hold down this button right here and turn the dial. And like I said, it goes all the way up to 25,600. So right now I'm going to go over the menu with you guys. So all you do, click the menu button and it'll take you to the menu. So first is the playback menu. You can delete some pictures, playback folder. I'll just scroll through all the settings here and that. And then here's the shooting menu. I'm not going to go through all these and explain them. I'll just scroll through so you guys can see. And then movie settings, I'll explain this. So you can choose all your different movie settings here. You can choose between 424, 720, or 1080p, all the way from 24 frames per second up to 60. And movie quality, I just have it on high. Microphone, I usually leave it on auto sensitivity. You can choose manual or microphone off. Wind noise reduction, it doesn't really work. And then manual movie settings, I just use it automatic. And then here's the custom settings menu. And then here's the setup. You can format your memory card, but if you do that, just make sure you know it'll erase everything that's on there. Beep options, I have that off because I think they're annoying. Touch controls, I think the touch screen is useful, so I have that on. brightness, and then Wi-Fi. This is where you would go if you want to hook up your camera to your smartphone. You would go here, click enable, and then search for your camera on your phone and then connect it that way. And then here's your retouch menu. I told you guys about this, where you can edit your pictures straight from the camera. And then recent settings, just whatever you've been to most recently. You can see Wi-Fi's up there because I just showed you guys. And that's pretty much the whole menu. So to get back, just press the menu button again like I just did. So this is the 18-55 lens that I got with the camera. And this is how you choose between automatic and manual focus. Right now it's on automatic. Switch it over, that's manual focus. Then you just use this ring to focus. I usually just keep it on automatic. And then VR, that's a vibration reduction. I usually just keep that off. The vibration reduction pretty much does what it says, and it actually works pretty well, surprisingly. So for example, if you're zoomed in really far and you can't hold the camera steady, you would turn that on if you want the camera to stabilize the image better. So this is the box that the Nikon D5500 came in. I'll just turn it around and show you guys. And there you go. I bought it with the 18-55 VR2 lens. So right here is everything that you get with the camera. You get the strap that's included, the battery charger, USB cable. You can't use the cable to charge the camera. It's only to transfer pictures to your computer. Audio video cable if you want to hook it up to a TV, and then the user's manual and the warranty. Alright, what's up guys? So right now I'm recording myself with the Nikon D5500. You can see I was using my GoPro to record the review. So I'm just going to record this as a sample video for how the Nikon D5500 records video. Right now I'm using 1080p at 30 frames per second, automatic microphone sensitivity. Even though I'm using an external mic, it's the Rode Video Mic Go. So be sure to watch the end of the video for some sample pictures that I've taken with this camera. I'll include some car pictures obviously, and then some night photography that I've taken of the stars, and some other landscape pictures too that I've all taken with this camera. So this video wasn't one of my usual videos. I usually post videos about cars and soon motorcycles. So if you like cars and motorcycles, make sure to subscribe to this channel and also like this video. Comment if you have any questions, I'll answer them. And thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and keep watching for the sample pictures. Thanks.